So today we're going to take a look at Noctua's D15S, which is the updated model of the D15. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tech Yes City. This is Brian coming back to you guys today with the second Noctua cooler review of very recent. Now, I tested the D15 and honestly, a lot of what applies with this review today will be exactly the same as the D15. So if you want to go watch that video, I'll put the link somewhere here where you can go click on it and check it out. But I'll quickly save time with this review. So essentially, these coolers are exactly the same thing, except the base plate has been shifted to allow this to fit an X99 platform with ease without hitting that first 16-speed graphics port, which is mainly where everyone wants to be installing their GPUs, especially if they only have one. However, there is one caveat to getting the D15S over the D15, and that is that it does come with one less fan. And in my opinion, this is a negative, since these 140mm fans that came with the D15 were absolutely kick-ass. They pushed a lot of air, and they did so whilst being very low in the noise department. So now we'll quickly go over a glance of the features of the D15S, then I will move on to the benchmarks and give you guys my subjective opinions and thoughts on the D15S. So now with the D15S, it's just like any Noctua product. Fantastic build quality, fantastic unboxing experience, comes packaged so well. You get mounting kits there for both AMD and Intel. You also get future compatibility support from Noctua themselves, in that if a socket doesn't fit, you can just email them and they'll send you out the respective bracket for free, which is absolutely amazing customer service in my opinion. Now everything on this is flush. There's no sharp edges on the cooler as well, so diabetics will be home and hosed. Looking at the dimensions themselves, this cooler measures 161mm wide by 150mm long by 164mm tall. You've also got 64mm of clearance there for the RAM in both a horizontal and vertical configuration on all platforms. Looking at the base of the unit itself, however, we've got a mirror finish here, which is nickel plated over copper, and that extends to the copper heat pipes, which are also nickel plated as well, which are then connected to all the aluminium fins. And this cooler weighs in at 1.15 kilograms with one fan attached, as opposed to the D15, which weighed in at 1.3 kilograms with two fans attached. You also get extra fan clips there and a low noise adapter, as well as Noctua's fantastic thermal paste solution, which does a very good job. It cools just as well as MX4, which is some high quality stuff. Included is also the very well laid out manuals there for installation, which will allow even a dummy to install this cooler. Noctua have also included a long Phillips head screwdriver there, which will take installation no time to install this cooler at all. Now moving on to the benchmarks, this is where all the business happens. We've got the 5820K at 1.255 volt there at 4.3 gigahertz at 22 degrees ambient temperatures. And we can see here that the Noctua D15S with only one fan does lose out to the Gamerstorm Assassin, and it comes close to the Animax T40, which is a $40 cooler. Though keep in mind though, when you put the low noise adapter on there, the noise gets very low, and this brings the temps up to 82 degrees. So low noise freaks will be glad with the performance of this cooler, considering there's just virtually no noise at all coming out when you do put that low noise adapter on there. However, it was important to note that when I did add an additional fan onto the D15S, it did perform exactly the same as the D15, which speaks lengths for Noctua's quality control, in that pretty much every D15 coming out is performing identically, and they're machined very nicely. Onto the Skylake benchmark with my 6600K clocked at 4.6 GHz at 1.35 volt. We can see the D15S here with one fan is doing a great job. It's cooling about the same as a T40, though with the low noise adapter there, it is just making absolutely no noise and still putting out decent temps. Though when I did again put the additional fan on there, it performed exactly the same as the D15. So both the 6-core and the 4-core will be kept well under control with the D15S. Though let's move on now to a conclusion. So overall, in conclusion, with the D15, I was very impressed, just like the D15. I mean, Noctua's build quality and attention to detail are just absolutely amazing. They are the best when it comes to air cooling, though one thing I was disappointed though with the D15S is that it only comes with one fan. And I think that the D15 and what made it king of the hill was the fact that it did come with those two fans, and they are required for it to beat out all the rest of the competition, at least when I did my benchmarks. So I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't come with the extra fan there that the D15 comes with, since they are, I think, the same recommended retail price of 100 USD. And I'd imagine a lot of people are buying this for the 6-core, 8-core solutions on the Enthusiast platform, since it is a big and bad air cooler that will do a great job. Though I'm glad to say that it did alleviate that problem of able to fit it horizontally on the X99 platform. So all in all, I'm going to be giving the D15S 4.25 stars out of 5. Where it gained that 1/4 star for compatibility, it lost 3/4 star for the fact that it didn't come with two fans. And it was the two fans that made the D15 king of the hill, especially when it came to beating out all the other air coolers. And it was that I loved about this cooler. Not only was Noctua's amazing build quality and attention to detail there, but also the performance was there as well. So only with one fan, it starts to lose out that performance. Though keep in mind though that the noise, and we will mention this, with only one fan, the noise becomes extremely low. And that's the thing though, for me personally, with two fans on full overclocks and full load, the D15 wasn't even noisy. So you would have to be an absolute noise freak to need one fan on a low noise adapter. That's just my opinion, but it will be there and it will accommodate people, because with a low noise adapter on full load, I mean, I could hear everything else over that cooler. So that's a very good thing on the noise. Very low noise there with one fan installed. Though one thing I will say to Noctua is I like their Redux fans as well. So they've got the Redux fans, which essentially are uncoated fans, and you can spray them from the get-go whatever color you like. So I'd like to see them maybe release a cooler with just Redux fans as well, and also maybe include an extra fan with the D15S. That's just a little bit of feedback, but I love this fan. I mean, at $100, it is a little bit expensive, and if you do want it to be king of the hill, you will have to pay an extra $20 over the D15, which was $100 as well. So anyway guys, that's about it. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback on the D15S in the comment section below. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Peace out for now. Bye.